Hey there. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit, very briefly, very quick about Chinese New Year, because that's something, living here in China, you're very, very aware of it. It's coming. The music changes, people are in a different mood, people are off work. So you'll see, or we see different things here in China than you probably realize in the Western world. So I just wanted to shoot this little video here coming from Shenzhen, and tell you very briefly about Chinese New Year, what to expect, how it affects your business, and what you can do about it. And I wanted to show you one thing before that. You have, especially in China and Shenzhen, you have these two sides, right? You have like one, you have these people with the little fisher boats, and you have those people over there with their yachts, with the big boats. The people that live in the houses like these here, look at that. You got these nice, big, clean towers here. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you real quick about Chinese New Year. And for example, if you read about this year, Chinese New Year every year is on a different date, okay? Because they go by the moon calendar, they don't go by the standard, the calendar that you know, right? So Chinese New Year every year is on a different day. This year, in 2020, it's, I think, on 25th, 26th January, and that's very early. Usually Chinese New Year is in February. But this year is in January, and when you hear about, 24th, 25th, 26th January, then it's not like Christmas, okay? It's a little bit of a different situation, because when we say, okay, we have 3 days of Christmas, and in that time no one works, that doesn't really apply here, because here, that's kind of the only time when the people in China have really time off. So that time, it's not only those 3 days that are off. People take off the whole week after that. Oftentimes the factories take off up to a month of time around that. So 2 weeks before that, 2 weeks after that, if you need to place an urgent order with your supplier, you have a problem. Okay, so you have to plan in advance how long it will take you. You'll see that in January, February, it's a horrible time to source your product if you don't have your product yet. So make sure that when you're in that time, that you either start sourcing your product before that, or that you start sourcing your product after that, and use the time in between to build your brand, to get a following, to have, make contacts with influencers, to build relationships with partners, make a little bit more of market research. It's also a very bad time to make product research, because in December all the product prices are kind of inflated, or all the product volumes that go out on Amazon are kind of inflated. And then you have January, where everything is the opposite. January you have like a little hole, and then it's February, so where you can't really source your product. So it's not a great time, January, February is not a great time to be in this business. But I just wanted to remind you that if you're having a supplier in China, or you're looking for a supplier in China, 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after Chinese New Year, nothing is happening. Okay, we're having a very, very hard time to get people quotations right now. That's one of the things we do. Actually, we have a sourcing service here in China where we help you source your product, because you should never source your product by yourself, even if you don't want to hire our service. There are other trainings down here, make sure to check them out, that teach you how to find your supplier really, really quick. So I just wanted to give you this really quick message. Chinese New Year is coming. Most of the factories are already gone. So if you can't reach your agents, if you can't reach your factory, you can't reach the salesperson, they're already off. So if you have to plan, what that means for your business though, is that you have to change your opinion, or that you have to change your plan when it comes to inventory planning. So you have to place the orders very carefully, and have your order placed in a way that your shipment is coming in before Chinese New Year, or during Chinese New Year, that the things ship out at least 3 weeks before Chinese New Year, and that you have inventory for at least 3 months plus lead time from the supplier. So that you have inventory for at least 3 weeks throughout the Chinese New Year, right? So if Chinese New Year is in the end of January, you want to make sure you have inventory until the middle to end of February, plus the time it takes for the factory to produce a new order, plus it takes for your product to ship. Okay, so before Chinese New Year, you have to get so much inventory in that you can cover the next 3-4 months with that. Okay, can you do that? Because if you run out, you have a problem. And that's just one of the effects that Chinese New Year can have on your business. You have to be aware of that. So always around Christmas time, probably earlier, ask yourself the question, oh, when is Chinese New Year? Okay, that's it for me. My name is Niels Olderb. I'm living here in China, in Shenzhen actually. And I want to share the few messages here for you that usually people don't know that talk about sourcing, because I only sourced a handful of products. We did a couple of thousand products now, and I want to share all the experience, all the mistakes, all the things that we did wrong, all the lessons that we've learned from sourcing our products here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, because we're also talking about e-commerce, how you can profit from your private label products online. And that's just really my quick message to you today. A little insight on Chinese New Year, about inventory planning. What's it meaning for you when China is off, and how you can plan around that. So that said, I just want to wish you a great start in the week. I hope everything's going well for you. If you want me to source your product, if you want to know more about the sourcing process itself, make sure to check out the products below. Subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of videos. If you want to know more about that, and share it. I always appreciate if people share my videos, and I see you another time.